All right. So on this one, we have a walnut grower estimating from past records that if 20 trees are planted per acre, then each tree will average 60 pounds of nuts per year. If for each additional tree planted per acre, the average yield per tree drops 2 pounds, then how many trees should be planted to maximize the yield per acre, and what is the maximum yield? And hence, the reason this is maximizing yield. All right, so what do we have? Well, each tree is going to give us 60 pounds of nuts per year, but it's going to drop by 2 pounds for each additional tree. So let's say minus 2 times x. Because if we plant 0, that'll be what it is at 60. If we plant, 30 trees, then we'll get 0. So that's going to be kind of what we have here. So now we go over here. What tree numbers are we going to do? Well, tree numbers are what? Well, if we have 20 trees are planted, so that's going to be our start. And then what are we going to do? We're going to add trees. So we're going to add X. Don't know what the X is, but we're going to add so many. And again, whatever it does here, it's going to do something here. It's going to subtract off 2 from that 60. So what does that give us? Well, that gives us a yield then is equal to what? Well, we're going to take this times this. So we have a number of trees times the number of pounds for each tree. And so that's going to be 60 minus 2x. And then we'll have a 20 plus x. And if we multiply that out, 60 times 2, that's going to be 1200. And then we have plus 60x. And then we're going to have minus 40x. And then we have minus 2x squared. And simplifying that, let's call this y of x to still writing it out. And we'll go in decreasing power. So minus 2x squared, 60 minus 40 is going to be plus 20x, and then plus 1200. All right, and so that will be what our y of x is equal to. Now, first thing, find the first derivative. So it's going to be what? Minus 4x plus 20. Okay. Well, if we set that equal to 0, 4x is equal to 20, or x is equal to 5, that's going to be our critical number. Let's just put number. Okay. All right. Now, this we can easily find. I don't know if I'll have room here. So y double prime of x is equal to what? Well, that's just going to be a minus 4. That's less than 0, and that's going to be for all x again, and so therefore we're going to have a maximum. Okay, so that's pretty easy. All right, so now what do we have? Now we need to figure out how many of each thing is. So we're saying that x is 5. So then the number of trees, or pounds per tree, I should say. So each tree is going to do how much? 60 minus 2 times 5. So 60 minus 10 is going to give us 50 pounds of nuts. Now the tree number, now I'll just say number tree is going to be what? Well, it's going to be 20 plus 5, so it's going to be 25 trees. Okay, so if we take 25 trees and 50 pounds per tree, that's going to give us what? 1250, and that's going to be pounds. Yeah, that's how many nuts we're going to actually get. So our yield, if we wanted to do it that way, y of 5, that's really what we've just done here. We've plugged it all in here. And so we've taken 60 minus 2 times 5, and then 20 plus 5, and that's going to be equal to 1250. And so the max yield is when 5 additional trees are planted, and we get what do we get? 1250 pounds. Okay. All right. So that's how we get that one. So that was finishing that one up, and now we'll come to a new one.